RC modeling heroes, Larry Jolly. You know, he's been sharing inspiring and humorous accounts of modeling experience in model magazines I read starting in probably junior high. Although now I'm like the same age as him, I'm not quite sure how that works, but he was just ahead of me enough to be writing while I was being inspired to do this stuff before I could even afford a transmitter. He's designed, published, and kitted numerous aircraft, sailplanes, hand launch back before that was a thing, 2-meter Class C, which is 100-inch open class. Most of these went on to win national and international competitions. He designed some of the first practical electric sailplanes that would actually soar. If someone can grab that red and yellow plane right behind you, Brian, that is an Electricus, which is not your first gen soaring airplane, and that one's got some miles on it, but I'm not embarrassed. It's absolutely earned every nick and groove on it. But that's one of Larry's planes that still flies amazingly well today. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Even a mini Dirty Birdie pattern plane. On the flying front, Larry was the first person to fly an electric helicopter carrying its own batteries. First person to fly anything RC from Catalina to the mainland to Long Beach. It was a helicopter, which is saying something. First to achieve LSF level 5 in the League of Silent Flight individual achievement program for both soaring and electric soaring. I can't even begin to list the Nats wins, many with his own designs, and has represented the United States in teams internationally in several disciplines: U-control speed, F3B multitask, cross country, F3J thermal soaring, F5D pylon racing, and also as a manager. Some of the audience have been on teams with him here, Steve. So he's gotten to fly internationally, and if you get a chance to listen to him speak at like one of the Gulls meetings or another opportunity, he can tell you more about what it means to compete internationally. But it's very inspiring to hear him talk about that and how modelers are the same all over the world. Larry's famous for building and flying aircraft for the movies, especially in the era of practical effects. If you saw an aircraft explode, it was probably Larry's model that he was flying when it blew up. He started, one of his first major things was the helicopters for the TV show Airwolf. At the time, we did not have full gyro stabilization or anything else. Did you even have tail rotor gyros back then?
I don't use them. No, seriously, you're asked about that, but you want the machine to move rapidly about its axis, and if you get hit with a charge, it's a gyro actually makes it want to do this, and it's a total giveaway whenever you see a model helicopter. I don't fly with any stabilization.
So I learned to fly without a tail gyro, and it was murder, and I finally got a tail gyro and suddenly knew how to fly a helicopter. Yeah, okay. I appreciate that.
We should have asked these questions before.
No, that's great.
I always use tail rotor gyros.
No, it's perfect. It's actually perfect. Other credits, and there's a long list, but the ones everyone will have seen: Rambo, Die Hard, Miracle Landing, Independence Day, Charlie's Angels. You won an Emmy for visual effects for Miracle Landing. And again, with the theme, wrote a great article about it, all the challenges of building a ducted fan airplane of that scale, especially with the technology available. Some of his early designs enabled F5J electric soaring, and he helped establish the competition class. And I'm out of order on my bullets, but you guys will deal with it. Yeah, moving on to writing. So lots and lots of design and construction articles, all really great reads. I was just reading one last night about adding lightness as part of your goal. You had 100 grams of lightness to add to a 90-inch electric sailplane. It was the RC helicopter columnist for Model Aviation. He wrote articles about his experience with the movies, as I said, for example, for the Miracle Landing. A fact that stuck with me, which I'll probably never get to use, is that if you need to blow an airplane up in front of a camera, you have to let someone else push the button, because otherwise you'll twitch in anticipation of it blowing up. So there's a tidbit, life lesson, a skill I hope to use someday, but the sharing of knowledge and the sharing of the stories, in addition to actually doing stuff, has been very impressive and inspiring. He also more recently helped define and establish the F3L RES soaring class. So these are a new class of wood gliders. Chuck's got one you could hold up here, but I think you guys know what we're talking about. These are RES wood planes, which is gaining traction all over the world at a great rate, and a really fun class. The gulls are flying a lot of it. So in conclusion, you know, we can all tell stories of the time we destroyed an airplane, but not with explosives. Larry's always been willing to help fellow pilots. He flies with us at the F3L contests, and we'll help out, and we'll fly, and we'll kick your butt if you let him. He's very experienced and very humble. And really, in summary, Larry, for his whole flying career, which started pretty young, he had a vision to do a thing. He went and did the thing, and then he shared with all the rest of us how to do it. Here's the plans. Here's how you build it. Here's how you fly it. And thank you for that, Larry. And this Hall of Fame award's well deserved.
Where is that guy? I gotta meet Larry. First off, thank you all very, very much. I was pretty shocked when Gary said we had to do this. And I've always just had a really good time. I've enjoyed modeling. Supposedly my first word was airplane, and I think it probably was, but I was blessed to be raised in a modeler's family. I learned to read with Connie Conrad, and my dad never ever yelled at me for cutting up his best 16th by 3 Valsa for throwing gliders when I was 4 and 5. So I've been truly blessed. I don't know that I can't say I want it to be any different than it's been a great life. It's great to know you guys. It's great to have met my childhood heroes through reading about them with model airplane in the magazines. And then watching Gary grow up with his dad. I used to give talks at the Torrey Fine Gulls meetings, and we would discuss, well, Larry, what's your latest? What are you going to try to do next? You know, well, I'm going to try to fly a glider for 40 hours. So there's not one person in my life that has really caused me to end up here, but it's been the association with people like you from all over the world made a difference in my life, and I'm just lucky to have Carolyn to enjoy it with me and to have her go with me to these places. She was always the den mother mom on the team, was making sure all the kids that we took to world champs, like in England, they had to go see the church as well, you know, to go get some culture, because they weren't just model airplane guys. So anyway, it's just a real privilege to be here. Thank you.
You to hold this, and I've got just a brief statement. I got here. There we go. Larry's been a driving force in model aviation for decades. His leadership at the club and national levels, his dedication to mentorship, and his unwavering support for the growth of our hobby have inspired generations of pilots. Larry didn't just build and fly models, he built communities. His efforts have shaped programs, forged connections, and helped preserve the spirit of model aviation for those who follow. His induction today honors a lifetime of service, innovation, and advocacy. Thank you, and welcome to the Model Aviation Hall of Fame.
Thanks, everyone. Let's get some pictures.
Yes.
Did you guys get this picture? Yeah. All right, I'm going to shake his hand.
I need somebody to